What's up, everybody? It is Alan from Breaking and Entering.
Patrick from Breaking and Entering.
And we are here live from the basement, the scene of some of the best Breaking and Entering moments, I think, possibly.
The epicenter of the most great Breaking and Entering happenings, if I can speak honestly.
Maybe not the most. But anyway, we're from the basement, which is kind of like part of our headquarters, part two. And we are here because it is the best time of the year.
Christmas!
No. Not even close.
St. Patrick's Day.
You don't even... Do you own a calendar?
I don't.
Actually, I don't own a physical calendar either.
If you would like to donate a calendar to Alan and
Never mind. The reason we're here is because it is Summerfest 2019.
Summerfest!
Yes. All the excitement.
Sorry, all the excitement. You know, this is our fourth year doing the pre-Summerfest show.
I think it's tradition by this point.
It is officially tradition. In fact, I think we should get matching tattoos.
That's a little bit much.
Okay.
That's too extreme.
Too extreme?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is going to be our most coherent one despite this intro.
This is definitely our first try.
Yeah, totally. This is our first take. Anyway. So Summerfest kicks off on Wednesday, if you are not aware, but I'm sure you are by this point. What are your thoughts on this year's lineup for Summerfest?
I'm going to be honest, I think this year's lineup is a little... It's okay.
It's okay.
I'm not saying it's the worst. I'm not the most disappointed. I thought it could be a little more, I don't want to say extravagant, but I think it is it's appealing to suburbanites.
Yeah.
Pretty heavily.
I could see that.
Not that there's anything wrong with country, but damn, if I wanted to see that much country, I'd go to Country Thunder. I thought Summerfest was all about rock music.
Well, for me, I get that they make plenty of money on country shows.
Right.
It's really, I mean, let's be real. There's money to be made in beer sales and country sales.
There's more flannel income in this state than there is in tight leather pants.
Also, we should point out, anytime that we say anything superlative like that, we have literally no fact checking behind that. Don't hold us as word. Oh, you did fact checking on
Snopes. I checked out Snopes.
Okay. On flannel sales?
Yeah, and it said not pants on fire, but just slight liar. So that's like Donald Trump levels of like, that's probably fact.
Okay. Alright, so he's doing flannel research. In the meantime, I was researching this year's lineup, and I actually happen to like there's a lot of bright spots in it for me this year. Early on, I think things really, really go well. Steve Aoki is really good. As a good get for the younger crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Lizzo, I think, is going to be a big highlight. Billie Eilish is a big get when they announced her.
William Eyelash.
No.
Selling out the amphitheater, guys.
No.
Like,
that's not her name.
Oh.
It's a her.
Yeah.
It's not a... It's... No. Billie Eilish.
William.
No.
Eyelash.
No.
Okay.
We're going to work on it with him. We're going to work on it with him.
Lizzo is going to be the show of this Summerfest, without a doubt. So. If you aren't a Lizzo fan, I don't know what the hell you're doing.
This is really kind of her summer.
Everywhere. Oh my god, yeah.
This is going to be her like breakout summer. Like, Lizzo has been good for a while. And there's been people that have been in the know, and I mean, she's definitely gotten like radio play on 88.9 and a few other places.
She's a national act now.
Oh yeah.
She booked like a Kia commercial. Which, like, if you think back on it...
I mean, she's been for a little bit.
Yeah, Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats blew up from a Kia commercial, and now Lizzo is doing the same thing.
So you're saying that's the key to success?
I guess Kia's advertising team...
That is the key to success.
Oh, damn, you got a lot of soul!
Yes. Oh my god.
Anyway...
They don't make puns like that about the Hyundai Elantra. Wow.
I will say I'm so excited to see Lizzo on the lineup, but I think the crowd is gonna be brutal.
Yes.
It's gonna be a lot of screaming teenagers.
Yeah, there's gonna be almost teeny bopper levels, almost Jonas levels of screaming going on there.
But more power to them. I mean, this is what her music's all about, right? It's empowering people, and it's good. It's fucking good music.
It's gonna be She is the show of Summerfest, I think, this year on the non-amphitheater stages.
On the non-amphitheater, you're correct.
Okay, who else would you be looking forward to? As your show, because Lizzo is kind of my like show of Summerfest.
I don't believe that, like, I firmly believe that Summerfest should be more rock-centric, but I think this year's DJs are huge. Like, granted, we have Steve Aoki. The guy is just making money on money.
Yeah.
We're going to, like, this, like, music and money, like, pre-session tomorrow.
Summerfest Tech.
Summerfest Tech. And that's going to be just exciting to hear him talk about business and, like, his whole side of that. I'm very excited to see Big Gigantic. I'm a large fan. Matoma.
You are a large fan.
Large fan. I didn't want to say big fan. I thought it was going to be a little too redundant.
Okay.
You know.
A large fan of Big Gigantic.
Large fan of maybe huge.
He's a phenomenal. Stop. He's a phenomenal fan.
Yes.
Of Big Gigantic.
I'm excited to see Matoma.
Okay.
You know, these are DJs that you see kind of headlining like Electric Forest, but I don't think they're getting as much play. So I think they're going to be bringing in really like solid music fans that are there to dance, not just like
definitely
kids getting. I mean, kids are always gonna get messed up at Summerfest. That's like half the idea.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm very excited to see those, which is kind of strange for Summerfest because usually, like I said, I'm very rock centric. I wanna see my collective soul and my shine down. Maybe like 10 years ago, I was more excited to see them than I am now as an adult. I'm like, oh, cool, they're coming again.
Speaking of the
coming again,
the like. Little bit of nostalgia trips. Taking Back Sunday is playing this year.
Taking Back Sunday is gonna be wild.
Silverstein is playing this year. Hawthorne Heights are playing this year.
Hawthorne Heights is gonna.
Hawthorne Heights.
I did not know that.
They are not in the 10 o'clock.
Well, cut my wrist and black my eyes.
Oh man, I will be outside of.
So I can fall asleep tonight.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there we go. That's our mandatory 2 Hawthorne Heights puns that we've gotten into the broadcast.
I'm pretty excited beyond that to see some newcomers. Like, I've never seen Catfish and the Bottlemen. I think they're going to be really cool.
Definitely.
They're kind of like coming up on the alternative rock scene. I think that's going to be a very fun show. St. Paul and the Broken Bones I've seen before, but if you've not seen St. Paul and the Broken Bones, it's this dude that comes out dressed like Elton John and screams into the mic.
I saw Rocket Man. I don't know if I need to see it again.
Well, no, it's different.
Oh,
it's different. He's got different shiny boots.
Oh.
Okay. And he screams into the mic like he's James Brown, and he's got this whole band to back him up. I highly recommend checking him out. The guy puts on a wild show. That I enjoyed seeing him. I'm excited to see what he'd do for Summerfest, because I always think Summerfest, you can't really jump into the crowd nearly as much.
Barnes Courtney proved that to be true. When he jumped into the crowd at the Miller Lite Oasis and broke his foot.
Oh,
I was there. That was a couple of years ago.
Sounds about right. Oh, and then you interviewed him at Lollapalooza.
Yeah, that was a thing. And you can actually go back and find that on breakingandentering.net as well.
Speaking of Courtney's, I'm very excited to see Courtney Barnett. I am a huge fan. She is an indie goddess, partners with like Kurt Vile and that whole like kind of southern indie like soul music major. Our mascot.
He's also a big fan.
He's a huge fan. He's a huge fan.
Big gigantic fan of Courtney Barnett.
Big gigantic.
Yes.
But he's more of a fan of Big Gigantic because he likes the horns.
Oh, okay. Wow, he's a big fan of that. I think that also if I get a chance to get into the amphitheater this year, that is going to be my. You can go take care of him. I got it. I will take a moment. I think that if I get into. Sorry, you can't see this, but off screen, Patrick is shooing our mascot away from the bar area.
He's got the zoomies!
He's got the zoomies. It's not going well if you're a dog owner. You know what's going on. Anyway, on my end of things, I think that I'm looking forward to seeing Billie Eilish if I get into the amphitheater, and I think that I would also love to see Snoop Dogg, Schoolboy Q, and Lil Wayne at the amphitheater as well. And since we have a moment here, now seems like a great time for an advertisement. Don't forget that you can also check out plenty of music on breakingandentering.net daily. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. We're going to have daily content not only from the festival grounds, we're going to get some live interviews as well, and we're going to have, new this year, completely localized lineups every day on breakingandentering.net. So in addition to who's playing on the big stages, we're going to have the full Tiki Hut lineup. We're going to have the full, it's like you never left.
No.
We're going to have the Tiki Hut lineup, the Rebel stage lineup, the ground floor stage lineup, everything daily on breakingandentering.net. That's the end of our advertise. No, that was our advertisement real quick.
Oh, cool.
Since you just kind of disappeared.
Had to take a break.
Yeah.
A little winded.
A little winded?
Yeah,
You want me to keep talking about?
No,
I was
I got
just saying that Billie Eilish is going to be great in the amphitheater. Lil Wayne, Snoop Dogg, and Schoolboy Q. And that's actually the only time at all this year that they're going to be on the same stage. Because those three acts are not touring together. It's not a tour stop that's coming through Milwaukee. It is literally just Summerfest assembled for that one specific day.
That's awesome. Also, another kind of like assembly like that is the Outlaw Music Festival.
Yes.
I think that's always a cool thing. I can't do an all-day outlaw music country thing in one location, but it looks amazing this year. Alison Krauss, Dawes, Willie Nelson, and like his son,
And yeah.
Phil Lesh of the Grateful Dead. Like it's stacked.
As well as Milwaukee's own Trapper Shep.
And Trapper Shep.
Trapper Shep will
that's
be there.
awesome.
So that's a good way to kind of feed into the amount of local talent that is
So
playing
much.
Summerfest this year.
That
And
I'm so excited. Sorry. Go ahead.
I'm more excited, I think, for the local talent than I am some of the headliners. Not just because we'll be able to get backstage and interview them and talk to them again this year, but just this is that stage. This is Milwaukee's biggest festival, and it's their time to shine. And they're getting good, pretty good time slots for a local act. Normally that wasn't the case.
I'm so excited to see Gold headlining at
Yes.
a 10 o'clock spot.
Yep.
Like, congratulations, guys. We love you.
Yes. Abby Jean is playing an 8 o'clock slot at the BMO Harris Amphitheater, or BMO Harris
Abby Jean,
Pavilion.
we love you.
Yes.
In fact, we're just going to preface this. Everyone, we love you. From
Yes.
Milwaukee Music, you guys make this happen. And eventually, Summerfest will give you a stage that will be exclusive.
We'll work on it.
It's happening.
Who else is playing locally? Lex Allen, Raina. Raina's 2019 backline artist.
Yeah.
And
if you're not familiar with Raina, they were formerly known as Vic and Gab, and
Yes.
now are doing amazing things. Just dropped a new single.
Yep.
It's phenomenal.
Yes, they are playing their faux fiction, direct hit. Immortal Girlfriend is there. Midwest Death Rattle, who we just had at our Milwaukee Day show at the Pabst Brewery.
They kick ass.
Yes.
Check them out.
Even the generally underrepresented Northside hip hop scene that really lives on YouTube and makes a living with more street friendly stuff. Pizzle kind of transcends beyond that, but MT Twins are playing this year, and that's not an act that you would normally see. They are more much in line of if you watch the T Glazed videos and see you're familiar with Little Chicken and Mario Boys. MT Twins is one of those acts that is looking to break out nationally, and they're doing that from that Milwaukee YouTube underground scene. Pizzle, yes, has been around he's a veteran at this point.
Yep.
But a lot of local hip hop is getting out there. Vincent Van Great is going to be back again for his third or fourth Summerfest at this point.
Do we shout out Lex? And
we did just say, I think we said Lex.
Lex is coming. Yogi Bean Keys.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Schleeberry.
Schleeberry is on the Clements Beer Garden Sausage stage, and then the Rebel stage, which again we will have that lineup daily on BreakingAndEntering.net as well. They're going to feature acts they have Size 5s, the opening night.
Size 5s, they're great.
I believe our buds from Janesville, the Red Flags, are playing this year on the Rebel stage.
Those guys, are they still two-man?
Still two, I believe, at this point.
These guys rock so hard for a two-man crew, and they are just shredding this stage. You'll be walking by what is that? What is happening? And
if you're a fan of the Black Keys,
yes.
the White Stripes, the Raconteurs, anything really in that lo-fi area of garage rock, the Red Flags is an act.
Check
you
them
need
out.
to see. I feel like we're just throwing a lot of bands out there, but
we are. Oh man, just go check out all the local music we have. I mean, we could just list them off.
Yeah,
but
we also have Yogi B and Keys are going to be on the Rebel stage as well this year, and those guys know how to bring a show. If you happen to see them just recently at the Pabst Brewery,
bring them a PBR. They'll give you a shout out.
Yeah, that's pretty much all you need. They'll show up with a 30-pack of PBR.
Oh yeah,
that's not
100%.
enough for them. That's not enough for them. So I think we've gotten through the main lineup, the amphitheater, the local acts.
Mm-hmm.
I think let's get into some do's and don'ts for Summerfest.
Before we do that, what is one thing that you wish you saw this year at Summerfest?
One thing that I wish I saw this year at Summerfest? I am forever an advocate of taking down the bleachers in the main section of I know we have a lot of new stages and new things. One thing that seems really antique is this concept of the metal bleachers, and it's a do or don't because yes, while you're waiting for acts to start, you want somewhere to sit and kind of relax, rest your feet, but I think there's so much of a danger hazard of like having people standing up on metal bleachers.
Not to mention if it rains.
Yeah.
It's basically a slip and slide that's only 3 inches long.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not a fun time.
It's terrible.
You and me were at a Less Than Jake show years ago that a broken metal bleacher turned into a trampoline.
We were launching Alan's little sister a good 15 feet in the air, and it was epic. I mean, it definitely fit the scene.
She had a great view of the show.
Yeah.
Until she hit the ground. Yeah.
And she's never been the same since.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Well, that's sad. But yes, I'm always an advocate of taking out the metal bleachers. I know it's a double-edged sword. My solution to that is take out the metal bleachers right in front of the stage, and then we still have picnic tables in the back. You still have a round area around all that you can put high risers, and then you'll be okay.
Absolutely. What I was kind of expecting this year, I thought we were going to see a little more hip-hop inclusion, especially with how great Lollapalooza has been doing hip-hop.
Yes.
And I mean, like, everyone knows Chicago's hip-hop scene is insane. You got Chance, you got Chief, you got, obviously, Kanye West. So much great talent that's happening there, and they want to be a part of that community. And they also want to bring it up here, too. So I don't get why we're not seeing much of that.
We do have rhyme sayers taking
Sure.
over from Minneapolis. They always take over a stage. The Harley stage usually for a day.
That's Atmosphere and Brother Ali.
And Dem Atlas.
Dem Atlas, who we just interviewed
at
Sunset, which was really cool. Dem Atlas is killer. He's coming up right now.
Yeah.
T.I. is coming.
T.I. will be there.
That's absolutely legendary. I'm super excited. This kind of segues into my next point of the do's and don'ts.
Oh, I just want to say also, A Boogie with the hoodie is going to be there.
Greatest hip-hop name I've heard in a long time.
I'm there for A Boogie. Okay.
Yeah, that's going to be amazing. Kind of segueing into do's and don'ts of Summerfest.
Yes.
Don't put T.I. next to Cole Swindell. That's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're so close.
It's a weird lineup. Same as the opening night. Steve Aoki is right next to Judah and the Lion.
Of course, because their music sounds so similar.
Well, I have this fear that Steve Aoki is going to... There's a little bit of sound bleed between the Miller Lite Oasis and the Harley Davidson Roadhouse.
Right when you're in the Gooch?
The middle area.
Right. You guys knew what I was talking about.
So the Harley Davidson Roadhouse is where Judah and the Lion is playing, and they have a more softer tone to this most recent EP that they put out, whereas Steve Aoki is going to be in full turn-up mode. So I hope if you're in that show, if you're at the Judah and the Lion show, that you can hear everything. I remember seeing a show one time on the Roadhouse while not Pretty Lights, the one that's there all the time, the little tween act.
Time Flies.
Time Flies.
Yeah.
Was next door at the Oasis, and they blew those guys out of the
Who
water.
are not here this year, which is just like, that's insane. I thought they were like an installment.
I haven't checked their
Summerfest.
tour dates. I'm not that big on them. So.
Yeah, no, they're not that great.
So, but I do hope that is one thing that, maybe gets rectified maybe in the future, too.
Absolutely. What are some other do's and don'ts?
And speaking of A Boogie with the hoodie, do bring a hoodie. It is not really Summerfest.
Summer has not arrived in Milwaukee, so if you are coming up here and you're like, I'm going to a music festival, I'm going to wear fishnets and a sports bra, you're going to have a really shitty time.
You're going to have a real bad time.
It's going to be cold, and you're going to be miserable, and then you got to drop $50 on a Summerfest hoodie that you're going to wear like once because it's red, and no one really wears red hoodies.
I found a really cool black one a couple of years ago, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, another don't.
Don't buy underagers alcohol.
They can find it on their own.
They're
probably brought
resourceful. Kids are nowadays, they're taking all sorts of wild drugs.
Yeah. Oh, no. They're probably beyond, like, sneaking alcohol.
Right. Either way.
The 18-year-olds are going to buy some cigars that are just going to fuck them up completely.
Exactly. They're going to be inhaling it like it's a blunt and throwing up everywhere. Do avoid vomit.
Yes, avoid vomit at all costs.
It's going to happen, and it's going to be all over the place, and you're going to try your best. Not to say that Summerfest is dirty.
Like ordering a sampler platter from Saz's.
And then going on the Ferris wheel.
Vomit is inevitable at Summerfest.
100%. Do buy yourself a beer, though.
Oh, yes, of course.
And have a great time. I don't know what beer prices are up now. I'm assuming it's like half a mortgage.
I believe it is half a mortgage, and then your firstborn child you can put on a layaway program.
Cool. I'm not a big fan of that one anyway, so I think that's alright.
Well, then you can't buy a beer. No beer for you. Sorry. Yeah. No. Do I think also is attend a pre-party or an after-party at some point this year.
Yes.
Milwaukee Film is bringing Questlove to the Cooperage to
Yeah.
DJ.
Hacienda is bringing a bunch of intimate shows hosted by FM 1021. You can see Judah and the Lion, Neon Trees.
The National will be there for a question and answer segment.
It'd be just cool to just go like support these businesses as well. Of course, if you're into EDM and electronic, go check out Site 1A. They're always hosting really fun after parties. I'm not gonna say always, but there's been known to be some special guests.
Some pop-ups.
I would not be surprised if you don't see the two friends there.
Yeah.
And again, I don't really have this inside scoop, so
again,
if
no facts. No facts whatsoever.
No facts.
But,
facts.
You know,
Just check it out. The music never stops. It doesn't
basically,
stop.
yeah. And that's one aspect to it. Speaking of, we were talking about, compared to like Lollapalooza, compared to a few other festivals, we were just at Soundset and went to an after party there. Like, that aspect of it is what really makes Milwaukee so helpful to, like, so conducive to Summerfest, is we have a lot of places that can have before shows, after shows, things to do in the city, and this is the time, this is the 11 days to really embrace all of that.
Especially if you're not actually from Milwaukee, go and check it out. I feel like Milwaukee gets such a weird vibe. It's the most segregated city in the world. It doesn't.
Well,
it doesn't
it
need
is,
to be.
but yeah,
but it
yeah.
doesn't need to be. Go check out your local hip hop shows. They're there to bring everyone in, and they just want to feel the energy that's going to be like surrounding them.
Do you have a don't for Summerfest? Don't fight a guy.
Don't fight a guy. Come on. You're a fucking adult.
Yeah.
Don't fight a guy.
Even if you're not an adult, don't fight a guy.
You maybe be like, hey, maybe don't do that, but don't be throwing punches, because then the Summerfest police come. Summerfest jail sucks.
I've never been.
It's just, it smells bad. Just don't get into the Summerfest jail. It's not great. You gotta make phone calls. Someone's gonna get embarrassed. It's not worth it.
We should end up with a do, shouldn't
Oh, if you see someone that is passed out,
we? Oh, do.
just
call.
go get some help.
Yeah.
You don't need to be a savior. Don't be like, oh my god, honey, are you okay? No one wants that shit.
Just call someone.
Summerfest security is there to make sure everyone is safe. Man, we're getting old. We're talking about Summerfest safety tips. Wow.
I will say I've only called Summerfest security one time in my life, and it was at an MGMT show at the Harley-Davidson Roadhouse that was way overcrowded to
It was
the
a
point.
terrible show.
It was overcrowded to the point that there was people sitting in the bleachers like normal, and then there were people sitting in between the bleachers, just sitting on the metal, like the bars on the ground, just to get a spot. And there was a woman that was there who was throwing up in front of everyone profusely, but didn't want to move because she didn't want to lose her spot. So I called, and as I was calling, a fight broke out in the pit next to me, and I said, you probably want to send 2 guys over here. And
this is MGMT.
This is years ago. But,
their time was not there to pretend.
Stop it. They were just kids. Alright, so there you have it. That is our punny full preview, unless you have anything else that you can think of for...
No, I think we have to end our show in classic fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
Summerfest is more of a beer show, but in case you don't drink beer, you can always check out JoJo's Martini Lounge.
There you go.
That's all they have for alcohol.
Just all that.
Just one place in all of Summerfest.
But you know what? That's alright.
That's alright.
Before we do this, don't forget, you can check out breakingandentering.net every single day, because we are going to be posting where you can find all the local music. That includes not only the main lineup, but includes the Rebel stage, the Tiki Hut, the ground floor stage, which is run by John Rouse. All sorts of, any sort of comprehensive coverage of Summerfest, you're going to find at breakingandentering.net. We're going to have reviews for you. We're going to try and go live a few times with some artists backstage and get some interviews ahead of time.
There's going to be live coverage every single night of some sort.
Yes, definitely. We'll be all over.
There's going to be reviews. There's going to be photos.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of coverage.
If you are looking for comprehensive Summerfest coverage, we are there. Not only at breakingandentering.net, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat as well. Add us all across the board, because it's going to be a little different for everything. And I think that's it. Find us. Just keep following us.
Yeah, if you see us there too, like,
say hello.
I totally would love a beer. I'm trying to buy a house, guys. So.
He's no, he's what rappers would refer to as a broke boy. So buy the broke boy a beer, and I'm
Please.
fine. Just say hello to me. I'll give you some breaking and entering stickers. So with that, cheers.
Fun
Summerfest 2019.
Summerfest 2019.
Thank you for watching. Ooh, all right.